Noah Lyles and Oblique Seville's rivalry just keeps getting better. Seville first got the better of Lyles at the 2024 Racers Grand Prix in Kingston, running a world-leading 9.82 to Lyles' 9.85. This year, too, the Jamaican added key Diamond League wins in London, 9.86, and Lausanne, 9.87 in heavy rain. In both the meets, Lyles finished second with 10 in London and 10.02 in Lausanne. However, at the Tokyo World Championships, the American flipped the script, as he won the 100-meter heat in 9.95s, beating Akeem Blake, who ran 10.07s, and Terrence Jones in 10.16s. Following his win, Lyles shared what went wrong with Seville. After the race, the American was asked about Oblique Seville, to which he replied, "Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. That man was panicking in the back. Yeah. But hey, he's a gamer, so hopefully he'll get it back, and then we'll have a great final. All right, we'll see you back at it soon." He couldn't recover from a sluggish start. The young gun clocked 9.93s, finishing behind Gift Lietlel, who stormed to a career best of 9.87s for the win, and Nigeria's Kani-Insula Ajayi, who also set a PB of 9.88s. Seville's slow reaction cost him dearly in a race, and Noah Lyles saw it coming. Seville's form is not only a concern for the Jamaican fans, but also for sprinting legends as well, because Usain Bolt is counting on him. In a Puma event in Tokyo on September 10th, Bolt said, "Kishane and Oblique have already shown they are in shape. They should be 1-2 because they have proved throughout the season that they are on top and are running fast. Now it's just about one of them executing, and it should be fine. I'm very confident that they can get it done." Well, we sure do hope Seville can stand up to Bolt's words and give Noah Lyles a good finale. After all, he is not demotivated after the race. Oblique Seville's reaction to his race. A tweet by Noel Francis, a freelance track and field writer for World Athletics, reported Seville's statement. It read, "I've had a number of races that I've come from behind. As an athlete, you will not always get the perfect start. You will have moments when you have to recover from a bad one, and I've learned my lesson both ways, so I know what to do." The 24-year-old is a fighter, and he has shown it. The Jamaican overcame a pre-race injury scare at the Jamaican Championships. At first, he appeared to be limping, and then finished second in the men's 100-meter with a season-best 9.83s, behind Kishane Thompson's 9.75s. After the heats in the World Championships, he told Jamaican Observer, "Things happen, but everything is going to be fine in the semi-finals and finals. It's not every race where the start will be perfect. Sometimes you've got to recover from it, and I've learned my lesson both ways." But what could be the reason for such a slow start? That is where it gets concerning. American sports commentator Lewis Johnson got a chance to talk to him in the mixed zone, and he asked, "But why the slow reaction?" Johnson said, "And he said he's got some personal issues." I asked him what. He said he wouldn't elaborate, but everything was okay. Well, we sure do hope everything is okay with the young star, and the nervousness before the heats was just pre-race anxiety. He is a big hope for a silver, maybe even gold in Tokyo. The world of sprinting thrives on rivalries, and in recent years, one name has consistently dominated conversations: Noah Lyles, the American sprint king, with his signature swagger and unshakable confidence, has built a reputation as a showman on the track. But behind the flash, Lyles has always been brutally honest about the challenges he faces and the competition that fuels his fire. His latest confession about Jamaican rival Oblique Seville, marked with the phrase, "Man was panicking," has stirred intrigue, debate, and anticipation ahead of the World Athletics Championships. This was not simply Lyles throwing shade. It was a glimpse into the psychology of two sprinters running shoulder to shoulder, pushing the limits of human speed, and battling not only their bodies but their minds. The rise of Oblique Seville. Jamaica has long been the land of sprinting legends. From Usain Bolt to Johan Blake to Asafa Powell, the Caribbean island has produced generation after generation of lightning-fast sprinters. Oblique Seville, a fresh face with undeniable potential, has become the heir apparent to Jamaica's sprinting legacy. His acceleration, fluid mechanics, and fearless attitude have made him a formidable opponent on the international stage. But while Seville has talent in abundance, he has yet to capture the elusive global title. Time and again, he's come close, running blazing heats, making finals, even threatening the giants of the sport, only to falter under the crushing pressure of the big moment. And it is in those fleeting seconds, those decisive races, that Noah Lyles claims to have noticed something troubling. Panic. Lyles' confession. In a candid moment during a press interaction, Lyles pulled back the curtain on what he saw in Seville during their latest encounter. Oblique's got the speed, no doubt. But when the lights are brightest, I can see it in him. Man was panicking. His breathing changes, his steps get tighter, his form breaks down. That's when I know I've already won, even before the finish line. For Lyles, sprinting is more than raw speed. It's mental warfare. He has always preached the importance of confidence, rhythm, and composure. His showtime antics, from mimicking superheroes to bold declarations, are not mere entertainment. They are weapons designed to unnerve his rivals and strengthen his own psyche. Seville, in Lyles' eyes, is still learning how to wield that weapon. Pressure of legacy. Seville carries more than just his own dreams onto the track. In Jamaica, sprinting isn't just a sport, it's a national treasure. Every new sprinter is compared to Usain Bolt. Every misstep judged against the gold standards of the past. The weight of expectation is immense. For Seville, that burden has been both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it drives him to train harder, to push limits, to chase the ghost of Bolt. On the other hand, it tightens his chest in critical races, turning clean strides into desperate ones. Lyles' words, "Man was panicking," echo the whispers of many track analysts who have pointed out Seville's tendency to falter under the spotlight. But coming from the reigning global champion, the statement carries far more sting. Mind games on the track. Track and field isn't often spoken of as a psychological sport, but those who compete at the elite level know it's as much mental as physical. In a 100-meter dash, where the difference between gold and fourth place can be 1/100th of a second, nerves can destroy even the most prepared athlete. Lyles, who has overcome his own battles with pressure and expectation, understands this better than most. Early in his career, he too admitted to moments of panic, moments where the enormity of the stage threatened to overwhelm him. But he learned to flip that fear into fuel. By pointing out Seville's struggle, Lyles may be doing more than just observation. He may be planting seeds. Rival sprinters often use press conferences and interviews as part of a broader psychological game. To remind an opponent of their weakness is to make them overthink it, to turn their own mind into the fiercest opponent on the track. Was Lyles simply telling the truth? Or was he turning the screws on Seville ahead of their next showdown? Seville's response. When asked about Lyles' comments, Seville brushed them off with a calm front. He can say what he wants. "I'm not panicking. I'm learning. Every race is experience, and experience makes me stronger. I respect Noah, but the next time we race, he'll see a different Oblique Seville." But behind the composed exterior, questions linger. Will Seville step onto the track with Lyles' words replaying in his head? Will the fear of panicking create a self-fulfilling prophecy? Or will he rise above the criticism, using it as motivation to prove the American wrong? The stakes at Worlds. The upcoming World Championships promise to be one of the most exciting sprint showdowns in recent history. Lyles is gunning not only for gold, but also for legacy, chasing times that would etch his name alongside Bolt's in sprinting immortality. Seville, meanwhile, is chasing validation, the chance to show Jamaica that he can carry the torch into the next decade. The heats, semi-finals, and finals will not only test their speed but their composure. If Seville can keep his cool, his raw pace may be enough to challenge Lyles head-on. But if panic creeps in, Lyles will be ready to exploit it. A rivalry in the making. Every great sprinter has had a foil. Bolt had Tyson Gay and Justin Gatlin. Carl Lewis had Ben Johnson. Even Lyles himself has faced rivalries with Fred Curley and Letzel Tebogo. Seville might just be the next great rival in this lineage. But rivalries are only as good as their balance. For the story to live on, Seville must not only chase Lyles, he must defeat him at least once in a moment that matters. Otherwise, Lyles' words may become prophecy. The story of a sprinter with all the speed in the world, but none of the steel to match it. Closing thoughts. Noah Lyles' confession about Oblique Seville, man was panicking, has opened a window into the subtle mind games of sprinting. It's not just about who runs the fastest. It's about who runs the calmest under crushing pressure. For Seville, the challenge is not just the stopwatch. It's the whispers of doubt, the shadow of Bolt, and now the pointed words of his fiercest rival. For track fans, this is exactly the drama that makes the sport electric. Because when the gun goes off and the world holds its breath for 10 seconds or less, it won't just be legs racing down the straight. It will be hearts, minds, and the weight of legacies colliding at full speed. And somewhere in those seconds, we'll find out whether Oblique Seville is still panicking, or if he has finally conquered the storm. What do you think? Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.